Hey, Brian.
Hi, Jess. Welcome to Seattle.
Welcome to Seattle.
We're here at the yopd-con event.
Conference.
Well, they say it's the yopd-con.
It is. Stop looking at me. I'm right across from you. I know that. Look at the camera.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay. So I'm super excited. One, because you're back on. People missed you. We still have a few episodes without you on it because you had to work.
Oh, no. Damn job.
But we're going to have a lot of really interesting and great guests today because guess what?
What?
8 of my young onset friends from my women's group are here.
I'm outnumbered, you mean?
What?
I'm outnumbered.
I know. You always are. That's okay.
That's true.
Steve, we're doing the best we can. I'm going to be holding my microphone, probably not the whole time, but Brian and I will be sharing. We're going to sit next to each other and we're going to bring some people in and do some interviews.
Right.
Can you be excited?
We've already got our questions ready to go, Steve.
I know. Brian actually prepared. He's the one that told me what we should ask.
Keep it simple.
All right. Well, we'll be back with a couple episodes here coming up. Or interviews, I guess. Hi, and welcome back to The Secret Life of Parkinson's. I'm Jessica Krauser.
And I'm Brian Baker.
And we have with us a special guest today. We are in Seattle. Oh, no, it's only shaking because I'm moving the table. Now it's not going to shake anymore. So we have Lily with us. Lily, hello. Say hello. So we are actually in Seattle. I need to stop. Okay. Every time I move, so Lily, Brian, and I are all sitting at the same table. She's just sitting across from us. I might actually have to push this down here. Okay, so in being at the Seattle Young Onset Con, yopd-con, presented by the APDA, we met Lily actually yesterday because one of our Young Onset group members is friends with her mom. And we've never had anybody on your age. So if you can, tell us how old you are and when you were diagnosed.
I am 21 years old. I was diagnosed last summer. I wasn't officially diagnosed because my doctor wouldn't officially diagnose me because he told me I was too young. And so same with other doctors. They're like, you're too young. But I've been told I have Parkinson's from many other people that have Parkinson's and other doctors out of state. But just I can't get officially diagnosed from doctors in my state because I'm too young.
Well, and I think there's other 20-something-year-olds that I know watch the podcast because they've left comments. So I think they might have similar stories. So what were your symptoms and what kept you going?
So I started having tremor symptoms when I was 19. It's all on my left side. And throughout, I believe, last year, 2024, I started getting stiffness in my left leg. And I started to get eye twitch in my left eye. And so Gil, the friend that we have in common,
connection.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that looks very similar to what I have. And so her and my mom were talking about Parkinson's, and I had MRIs done, I had CT scan because I also was losing weight fast. And then I had, what my other people have noticed, if I don't get enough sleep, my left side droops down. So my mom thought it was a lazy eye, but she realized like if I had enough sleep, like 9 to 10 hours, my face is completely fine. Also, I get pinky twitch. If I rest it on something, my pinky, it's crazy. It moves everywhere.
I've heard of that. I don't know.
I get mine right thumb.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Yeah. And then another thing is, I have dystonia in my left side face, like in the corner. I can feel it behind my eye as well. It's like a twisting cramp. It's not great.
No, I can imagine.
It happens like once every 4 days. Medicine's kind of helping with it, but also one of the side effects to medicine is I get very nauseous. Like driving here yesterday, I threw up in Jill's car because of my medicine, but it happens randomly, so I can't really time it. So I could be sitting in my class and I just feel a wave of nausea, which is great. I get like a twisting muscle on my lower left back that's hurts a lot. I use CBD cream. My boyfriend usually puts it on it. And then another thing is when I'm cold, like if it's below 70 degrees, I have like an ache, like a bone ache on my left side, and I get stiff faster even if I'm taking the medicine.
And just so everybody knows, she does live in Arizona, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
70 degrees is like a hot day for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now in Seattle, you were very cold last night.
Yeah, I was.
So, I mean, I know this is like a hard question, but it's like, what is it like being in your 20s and you're still in college?
It's like there's young Parkinson's and
Yeah.
there's way too young YOPD.
Yeah.
Like, are meds working for you? Like, do you feel confident in what you're doing?
The meds are somewhat working. I still have a slight tremor when my meds are working, and I have to have food in my stomach for it to work as well. The nauseous part of it is kind of like the downside of it.
Yeah.
It also, even with cold weather, it completely like goes away faster. Like it gets stiff easier. My face twitches and tremors, and
I mean, I guess I've never thought about it really that about as far as like the environment, weather, things like that.
Really?
Meds. Yeah.
Affecting the meds.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, because I know when I was first diagnosed, or before I was diagnosed, I would like being in cold weather was horrible.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Extreme conditions, either really hot humidity or bad for me, and really cold.
Yeah, and I know the heat, like in Arizona, it gets up to 122 degrees, which is crazy.
a lot.
Yeah. So once it's up to like that amount of heat, I do get headaches, and I do get very warm and hot that I have to like lay down because I kind of get sick. So I kind of have to stay indoors when it's that warm. But so far it's been fine with the heat. I prefer the heat than the cold because I rather deal with laying down than bone aches.
Yeah. No, I can understand that for sure. So I know you're part of our Young Onset women's group, which is great, but we all, we talk about our kids and spouses and whatnot. So I'm sure you're interested to find other 20-something-year-olds or, people who are around your age just to kind of get that, I don't know, comparison. It's just to have that feeling of like, what are you going through and what's different? The whole community aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to meet more people my age, especially like going to college and stuff. And then I had to kind of drop some things. Like I used to skateboard a lot, and now I have to kind of like relearn how to skateboard, while my other friends are like roller skating, and doing
going
this
a lot
stuff.
faster and doing tricks,
faster. And my pace, if my medicine like is wearing off, my pace is very slow. So I kind of have to like catch up with my friends. Surprisingly, I can still crochet, but it's just a lot slower than most people. But I can still make some nice things.
That's awesome.
That's a lost art.
It is. It actually is. Well, you seem so happy and bubbly. I'm so glad that you were able to come to Seattle to this conference, and we were able to finally meet in person. But thanks for sharing your story. And if you are in your 20s and you want to connect, just leave us a comment or shoot me an email at jessica@thesecretlifeofpd.org, and we'll hopefully get you connected with somebody in your age group. So you guys are out there, and I'm praying that there's not as many, but I have a feeling there might be more than we think. So, all right. I usually do the last 30 seconds, but I'm kind of out of all sorts right now. So we're just going to end like that.
All right. Thanks, Lily.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, and welcome back to The Secret Life of Parkinson's. I'm Jessica Krauser.
And I'm Brian Baker.
And we have Nate Coomer here with us. Hello.
Hey, Melissa, I'm sitting next to Nate.
You want to say that again?
I said, hey, Melissa, I'm sitting next to Nate.
Hi, Melissa. I'm sitting next to Brian.
So we actually just heard Nate talk. Actually, he was taking us through exercises, which was very fun.
Got to make it fun.
Well, I mean, it was nice because it was just like, you're just very loud, you're boisterous, and you made us get up. But it was really interesting because we're still in Seattle at the yopd-con, and Nate came up to the stage just for like 10, 15 minutes, and seeing, like, having everybody stand up if you're like how long you've had young onset Parkinson's, if you've been recently diagnosed or diagnosed 10 years, 20 years, we got pretty high up there on some of them.
Yeah, and we still were getting hands.
Yeah. So tell us about your organization, the Parkinson's Fitness Project. When did you start this?
I'm getting up there too. We started 10 years ago. So I've been a physical therapist for around 20 years and always worked with neurological diagnoses. And when we moved out here to Seattle, my wife and I started at a hospital where we were seeing a lot of Parkinson's disease. So I was treating quite a few of those patients and realized this was kind of an area where I really loved the research around exercise. Yeah. It was super clear that I had a purpose, which was always important. And then I felt like I was fulfilled. It was a blessing to me to work with these patients. And I felt like I was able to create friendships far greater than what I had done in previous, with other diagnoses. I felt like I was forming bonds and I wanted to keep those going. So we started the Parkinson's Fitness Project as a way to kind of do things a little bit differently. We have 2 PT clinics. We also do online videos for Parkinson's disease each week that we put into something called Daily Dose PD. And
Daily Dose, that's what I think she watches.
Yeah. And then we try to see these people throughout the course of the disease, not just for a single period of time, to make sure we're managing things as time goes on.
So you're in Seattle and in Bellevue.
Yep.
And then online.
Yeah, online, yes.
So in person, though, it's I don't want to say just PT, but it's not an exercise group.
So we started with group classes before COVID. We had up to 7 group classes each week. And then COVID really changed things for us because we had to kind of survive. And so with that, the classes went out and we started to do more one-on-one PT. And after that period of time, as things came back online, it was hard for us to rearrange our schedule again. So, and the other thing that really has happened in the last 3 or 4 years is so many more group classes have happened in our area in Seattle that it makes it kind of redundant for us to kind of offer a class that so many of our patients are already going to in the community. So we're now just more mainly focused on one-on-one PT and personal training in the clinic. We do a lot of that. So the bad thing about insurance is that we all know they have limitations, right? And so that was one of my problems too, is I felt like I was kind of getting to the point with so many patients where I wanted to just continue to work with them. So, right now we probably do about 50% personal training, or what we call neurofitness training, and 50% physical therapy. So once they get to that point where it's just about wellness and continuing on, then we work with them in that way.
So what do you think is the biggest difference between going to specialize in PD training versus maybe just a general trainer?
Yeah, I think you guys probably all know about amplitude-based movements and those things, and it's that's pretty straightforward. But to understand, like, from a physiological aspect, what's going on with the disease and how it may present with you versus someone else, I really like the customization of it. Like, each person that comes in the clinic has something different going on. And yes, there's these basic movements that we're working on, bigger movements, we're using targets. That's not too hard for people to understand, a personal trainer, but to pinpoint, oh, I can see that when you're, doing a lunge, your dystonia comes on in your left foot. We need to think about this. Can you think about pushing through your great toe as you come down, and managing that from a kind of a little bit more fine-tuned eye, as somebody that's working with it all the time, as opposed to maybe a personal trainer who has one patient with Parkinson's and another 40 that are just normal body people. I think there's more value in that trained eye kind of looking at things and trying to get you to really fine-tune what you're working on. I think exercise is more about mindful awareness of what your body's doing in the moment. Yes, we need intensity, we need consistency, but I want people to be aware of when they report to me they have trouble doing certain functional tasks. I want to look at those and incorporate them into their exercise program so that they're working on them daily and mindful about their technique and their quality of movement.
That I think I find one of the biggest differences is like the verbal cues.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it.
I talked to Jess, I think we were talking about something earlier, and like, if I'm not told to, I'm opening my arms big. No, you're not. I'm not.
Or even earlier when we were just on by ourselves, like on camera, and he was like, "Open your mouth, Brian." I didn't say it. You said it. And it's like because you're watching yourself and you don't realize.
Yeah, that visual cue. Like that's like 90% of what we do in our clinic is give the patient the feedback that they need. Putting cues down so that they have to step a little farther. Putting blaze pods up so they have to reach a little farther. Mirrors all around so they can see their movement. Me mirroring them so they can see their movement. But, that has to carry out after they leave the clinic. And that's the hard part. I have a lot of spouses and loved ones will say, "Oh, I'm the nag because I'm always telling so-and-so not to shuffle his feet." So I say, now you say, what would Nate say? So I get to be the nag. What would Nate say? Put that into your home program.
So people don't like you, like they don't like.
Yeah,
Melissa.
they don't have to. They don't have to hate. They can
Melissa,
hate
you're
me.
not by yourself. So tell us a little bit about the daily dose.
So that's basically the good segue. So like you said, you need somebody like kind of calling out cues, giving you feedback. I got tired of physical therapy in the early 2000s was a lot of pieces of paper handed to patients. Now there's a little more technology along with it. But 10 years ago when we started this, I got so tired of handing people a piece of paper with pictures of people moving and thinking the research says you have to do this consistently, intensively for the course of the disease, which is, the rest of your life. I'm handing people a 1 or 2 page of 8 exercises and saying, "Oh yeah, this should be sufficient. You should have no problem sticking with this and pushing yourself hard every day." So I just felt like they needed video. They needed us doing these movements. And I had, gone to certifications with different groups and really felt like, I can teach this. I just want them to see something, see some visual cues, hear my voice, say the commands, stretch longer, elbow straighter, bigger step, so that they're trying a little harder if they're doing it at home.
Where can people find it?
Anywhere they are. It's online. You can also download the app on...
you have an app?
Yeah, for the iPhone and iPad. Many people use that and then just stream it right up to their TV.
Okay.
But we do 7 workouts every week that are all live. We send out a Zoom link to our users, our customers every Sunday. And they can jump into the live classes to give them a little bit of socialization because I'm from Indiana and I lived about 45 minutes from the closest town. I always thought if I had Parkinson's and where I grew up, I'm not going to drive 45 minutes 5 times a week to go to a group class. It's going to be tough. So try to bring that to them. We have yoga. We have a wonderful voice trainer, Sarah Aud, who is wonderful voice classes. Franz, who does our AMP class, which is probably our most intensive. I do starter series, which is kind of your base layer. We have chair-based exercise and try to give you a good way to get into Parkinson-specific exercise from anywhere you are.
Cool. Okay, so with anybody out there who does not have a community or exercise program close to them,
work out with me.
You can work out with the Parkinson's Fitness Project, and you can look at it online.
And you get to work out with Jeanette, who is our office coordinator and our resident Parky. She always says she's an internet celebrity. She gives a joke after every one of her workouts. My team mom. My workouts are much better when she's working out beside me.
So the Parkinson'sFitnessProject.com. No, Melissa, we're not cheating on you. We're just expanding our horizons and making sure everybody knows that what's available to them. So from an exercise standpoint and whatever it is you're looking for, this is definitely something that you guys got to check out. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for letting me do it.
You're sitting in between us. I feel bad. Like we're all like so close.
I feel like family here.
All right. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Hello, Jess.
Hello, Brian. It's the end of the day. You're going to vomit.
It's the end of the day.
The end of the day. We're still in Seattle at yopd-con, brought to you by APDA. And for us at home, it's probably, 7 o'clock at night?
Something like that.
A little sleepy. But it was a great session. It was a great day today. And we met a lot of young onset people.
Very well ran conference.
Very well. Yeah. And I don't know if they're going to do this every year or if they do it every other year. But again, it's for anybody who has young onset. This was really well put together. Great speakers, great panels, infusing, I'd say, like the medical side as well as the patient side very, very well, which isn't always done. So I thought that was good.
Yep.
You have to say a little bit more.
I'm trying to think of a question for you.
You have to ask me a question. I can share stuff that we learned because I wrote stuff down. Did you write anything down?
I wrote all kinds of things
No,
down.
you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't write what? Let me see.
It's over there.
So I wrote down a lot when Dr. Sorry, this thing's flippy.
Dr. Ray.
Mm-hmm. Why is this?
Let me do it for you.
No. Okay. So when when Ray Dorsey spoke with Sarah Whittingham, which we want to have her on the podcast too, there was just like, I don't know, there were some really great questions that I had. And one of them, which is something I want to take back for us, for our nonprofit, it's like, again, like they're focused on research and trying to prevent Parkinson's with the Parkinson's Project plan. But what are other things that maybe other nonprofits can be doing like ours? And one of the things that struck me was when Sarah said, because she's an MD who has Parkinson's, but she was like, I just remember from medical school what I learned about Parkinson's.
Which was very little.
It was very little, but at the same time, I mean, she wasn't going to be a neurologist. But what she remembers, she's like, I just remember the picture of that old man who's like already like a little hunched over and he gets shorter, and then he's in a wheelchair. She's like, so I just thought of myself on this progression down to a wheelchair. I'm like, I wonder if that is still in the books.
Well, that, and she's also said it's the same picture of the man. So it wasn't like it was a
different
10, 20 year.
Yeah, it's like
difference. It's like a daily.
It's like if he already looks like he's 65, he's still 65 in a wheelchair. So she's like, so is that what my trajectory looks like in just a year's time? So it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how you get a handle of like the neurology. So I doubt there's books anymore though in medical school. Are there books? They do it all online. But it's like something needs to happen there. It's like just to change the protocol of like how somebody gets diagnosed with Parkinson's. What are the right things that you say? Like a lot of physicians don't even know to say exercise. How sad is that? Exercise has been around for how long?
How many times have we heard the story the past 3 years of somebody saying, "Oh yeah, I got diagnosed. He wrote me a script for levodopa
and said, see you in 6 months.
Check in next year."
The other thing I thought was interesting along that point is exercise. How do we make it an incentive for neurologists? So right now they're incentivized on certain things. Like everyone's trying to make money. I get it, but they're not incentivized to prescribe exercise.
Right.
What if they were?
I don't know.
How do we do that? I don't know. If anybody knows how, let me know. But I thought that was very an interesting idea. And this is the topic I think we want to have Sarah on about is the VA.
The veterans?
Yeah. And she said the VA doesn't recognize Parkinson's as connected to like if you, what's it called when you're on active duty and then you're done? Like you completed your service.
Yeah.
Like if you don't disclose, which you don't know that you have Parkinson's yet, within a year of completion,
Yes.
that it's not Parkinson's is then not recognized by the VA, so it's not covered by them. So if you come back 20 years later, right?
Well,
Did I say that right?
Yeah, and the only I heard this directly from the VA not too long ago that the only people that they're considering for Parkinson's disability are people that were near the burn pits and overseas.
Okay.
If you weren't stationed there near the burn pits, you don't have a Parkinson's claim. Wrong.
And then the other thing that I had a question on, I guess I'm just like laying out questions for us to then
Go back and
revisit. So if you're watching this right now,
hopefully we've already revisited.
Hopefully we revisited it. But how do you advocate for, like, because everyone says you need to advocate for yourself. And that's great. And I totally agree. But how do you advocate for yourself if you don't know what you don't know? Like myself and Nicole advocated for you during your appointment with Dr. Patel because you didn't know, like, you didn't think about it.
No.
So it's like, how do you do that? It's like, it's almost like people need another patient with them who's like, maybe I need to go on everyone's doctor's visit. No, but it's like if there was like a patient partner that like pushes you, but pushes the doctor.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean, but I just don't know how we do it. Because we go in there to these doctor's appointments and we're walking perfect and we're speaking perfect. And for that 15, 20-minute period. But as soon as we leave, we start shuffling our feet, we're getting hunched over or whatever, looking down. But for that, 15, 20-minute period that we're in there with the neurologist.
Well, especially when they say, so how are you doing? How are you feeling? It's at that time, a lot of people say, I'm doing great. I feel great. And it's like, liar. It's like, I wasn't great 2 days ago. But it's like, you have to have it all scripted out.
Maybe you should just, Brian is shuffling his feet. Brian is mumbling, and now I take that list of Dr. Patel.
I could do that. And then one other thing I wanted to mention to Dr. Dorsey, and I forgot. So he said, he's like, it's just, it's totally unacceptable that, there are countries that people have to go without carbidopa-levodopa because it's not available. So I know that's something he said, the PD Avengers, when they all got together, that's something they helped one of their contacts in Africa get, which is fantastic. But my question to physicians are, so if we know that carbidopa-levodopa is the gold standard and other countries aren't getting it, why is that not the first line of defense when someone's diagnosed? Why do neurologists almost make us fear carbidopa-levodopa? Like, I don't know if you need to start on that just yet. Yeah. Why? I don't understand that. I know there's other things to try, but if that's what's going to make us feel the best right away, like why wouldn't you try that? I don't know. I'm sure somebody has an answer for that. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. My neurologist, when I first got diagnosed, just said, "You tell me when you want to cut."
I know, but that's the other part.
Kind of thing.
It's the same thing. Like, you tell me when you want to start. I don't know.
No, so crippled, I was like, it's time to start.
So it's like, that's what I'm going back to. It's like, what is the right protocol, and how can we change that, or can we change that? We can do anything. With that, we're going to stop. But so what?
Been a successful trip.
It was a successful trip. APDA, thank you guys for inviting us and having us come and moderate a couple of the sessions. It was a great way to meet with other YOPD friends. I got to meet in person some of my YOPD women's, which I should actually have them all on tomorrow morning.
We should.
Yeah.
At least they're
just a little picture.
Screenshot.
Yeah. Here they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 8 of them out here, but it's been great to get to see and know people, and I know it's been a big deal for everybody else who's here. So
great.
With that,
see ya.
We'll see you later.